trade as well, you see, context is so important. Like, I no, oh, I didn't share it. Wozo shared it in the compound. Shared this PO3 idea in the compound, and this was that PO3 idea. So I was expecting more follow through after this take profit, but I'm gonna discuss the trade and I'm gonna trade it like a real trade. So do all the TA on it. But first things first, Wozo posted his PO3 ID in the compound. If you're not in already, you're probably already in. But if you're not, the link's in the bio. Great return to zone, great range, great manipulation phase. So that was the potential we got here on CYS. And we got a wonderful retest. So let's go back in time even more. Let's see where he shared it. He shared it right there. So let's build context. Okay. Let's build context. What do we have here? Here we have a very nice range. We have a clear uptrend, very nice range, which is leaving a lot of liquidity behind. And how can you see it's leaving a lot of liquidity behind? It's because of all those higher lows. So you see here, all those higher lows. Boom. No low is taking out the other low. This low is not taking out this low. This low is not taking out that low. So it's all higher lows. This means all liquidity. DDL tool. Let's see. DDL tool is right there. So this is the range deviation limit. And you see there are no high time frame candle closes, but it's even rejecting from it, which is exactly what you want to see. That is why it's a range deviation limit. And let's see if we can back it up with some more, maybe with a 0.5. And you see here, guys, when you have your first range starting point in your range low, when you draw that negative fib, you can indeed see, and I didn't even do this when taking the trade, but you can see it reject perfectly from the 0.5. I haven't even seen this. I'm doing this now. But the trade itself was already good enough, so I didn't even have to do it. But the idea was here to take a TCT trade in here with a manipulation phase there and an expansion phase there. That is the high time frame outlook right now. So this is the high time frame idea that we go lower and expand right there, taking all that liquidity, manipulating there. That is the context we're in. Okay, now that's clear. After 5 minutes, we can go into the real trade. And you can see here we are in a clear uptrend, grabbing the high over and over again. So which means we are in a range from high to low. Okay. And that range is deviated once and the range is deviated twice, which means we are already in a confirmed model 1. But the moment we see this, we are right there. So we are already in a confirmed model 1. Structure is already broken back to bearish. Okay. So right now we only need a retest for price to go to grab all liquidity here lower in this range. So that's what we wanna find. We want to find a POI, a point of interest, for our tap 4, for our fourth tap. And you can see here we have amazing 2-hour supply. Let's see if we got more refined supply. Yes, we have. On the 1 hour, we have more refined supply. So that is preferably the supply you want to mitigate before going lower. So that's the best supply to mitigate. And that's it. You can see it's structure supply. So I even will draw that. That's this, the structure supply. And that's going to be your extreme supply. So right now, if you are new, you maybe don't know, but we now have our 1. We have our 2. And we have our 3. Which means we have a model 1, which is already confirmed. And now we only need a retest into the tap 3 POI to go lower. And there's our entry to be confirmed. That it's literally that simple. Let's look at the volume profile. And the volume profile is very nice. Why? Because it's evenly distributed of the range. It's even a bit in the lower section, which is a bit less nice. You preferably want it to be inefficient, only on the upper section. But range wise, this is a very nice range. So the volume is evenly distributed. So now when I press play, you can see price is indeed going higher. And price is going into our first POI. So now we're going to watch, do we break structure? And we didn't, because structure, we want to make structure between the last step and this new tab we make. But you see local structure was going up. And there you see we were going up. We didn't break structure there. So this was your structure break. Had no close below it. And you had the lower supply, which is not the best supply. This was the best supply POI because it's the extreme supply POI. That's why it's called extreme, because there's nothing left more to take. So right now we're gonna watch for what is our market structure doing right now. And you see price going higher, making higher highs, higher lows, and boom! There's your last higher low. Break this, and we got ourselves an entry right there. So that is what I'm watching for. And you can see indeed when you draw it, boom. Now you're waiting for price to break structure. And when I press play, it was the easiest entry ever. Like, there was your structure break. And you might see this as a wick, but you had the high time frame closest below it. And there you see it. So there was your trade confirmed. Stop goes above the depth. And you target a range high. You have a very clear invalidation. And that's what's so good about this trade, is that you have a very clear invalidation. Because talking about the extreme supply, the 1 hour, there's nothing left. Literally nothing left to go higher here. So when it goes higher, it's totally fine. You lose a trade. But you know you have a very good entry because the tap POI was so good. So now we're going to press play and we can indeed see we are going to the target. And let's see where our take profit was hit. There was it hit. And you have an insane 3-hour trade. And right now we went higher. So that is the trade right now. You can see we are almost back to entry right now. I still have some runner open to go to that target all the way to there. Let's see if we will get there. It's still possible. It's still possible, but the main objective is already taken. The main take profit is already taken. So that's amazing. Let's see, by the way, where the volume profile was before breaking structure. When I draw the volume profile, there was your breaking structure. And you see the volume profile moved up a bit. So we now have our volume area high right there. Very nice. So when price goes back inside of the volume profile, it breaks structure. So we have 2 breaks. You have 1 break back inside the volume profile, because right here you had a deviation outside of the volume profile, and you draw it from the beginning of the range till the point where you are at that time. You deviate it and boom, you have a break back down, aggressive, boom, breaking structure, entry, stop loss, target. It's as simple as that. That is trading. That is the model over and over again. I cannot make it more simple than this. Like, I prepared for you. Wozo prepares if for all of you, if you're in the Discord. And that's it. We are not a signal group. We are an educating group which gives trading ideas and POIs you can watch from models. And if you watch these videos, you need to be confident to take it. You need to be confident. I've spoken to a lot of traders who are saying, I'm not that confident yet in taking a trade myself if I don't get a confirmation from a good trader like you or a good trader like Lars or like Wozo. When I don't get the confirmation from one of those guys, I'm not able to take a trade myself and I'm scared of losing. But that's the wrong mentality. Even if you lose, you can in hindsight see, hey, shit, I did something wrong. I took the trade with higher time frame supply, and that was not the extreme supply, so that was the reason it failed, and the context wasn't it. You learn from mistakes, and that's how you grow. So don't be scared to lose and take trades like that, even if you don't get a confirmation. Yo, guys, I'm short right now. That's the tip I'm giving you right now. See you in the next video, guys. Ciao, ciao.